My name is Ilana and I'm going to be taking you through a dance conditioning class today. This is a great class for dancers of all levels, or even if you're not a dancer, it's a great way to just strengthen and open up the body. All you need is a mat, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to stay on the floor. You can start at the back of your mat or just find a space to stand to begin. So we'll start with the feet all the way together, feeling nice and tall through the spine. And let's just take an inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, slide them down. Just working the breath as you inhale to lift, and exhale, sliding down, lengthening the neck. 2 more times, bringing the shoulders up and sliding down. Last time, breathing in and out. Inhale, reach the arms overhead and pressing down, growing the spine even taller. Again, reaching up and pressing down. We're just getting the body moving, warming everything up. 2 more. Getting the blood flowing. Last time, reach the arms up. Let's hold them up overhead, and then let's stretch through the right fingertips as you inhale and exhale, switching sides, trying to touch and reach the ceiling, and switch. We'll go for 4. Nice stretch through the side of the body. Last 2, and last 1. Coming to center, palms face open, pressing the arms all the way down to the sides. We're gonna walk the feet out, so we're coming to an open, turned out position. The toes are pointing out to the corners, and we'll take an inhale, bend the right knee, and back to center. Other side, left knee bends, getting some movement in the hips, the ankles, and the knees. And center, bending out, and center. 4 more. Last 2, and center. 1 more time, bending the left, and center. Open the arms out to a T, and let's bend both legs down. Press, lowering the arms. As you bend, they open, and press. Four more. Send the pelvis straight down. Open knees over toes. Last 2. Pressing up. 1 more time. Hold that down. Stay here, pulsing it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 8 more. Wide knees. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay low. If you're feeling pretty good, get a little bit lower. Right heel lifts up and press it down. Left heel lifts and press. We're trying not to shift in the pelvis, so just moving the leg, lifting the heel, and lowering. Let's go 8. And of course, we're breathing. 6 and 5. Stay low, get lower. 4 and 3. Last 2. Last 1, and I lied. Lift that right heel back up and we'll pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switching heels. Left heel lifts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep it going. 1 more set each side. 3, 4. Keep widening the knees, dropping the pelvis. Last 8 pulses. Left heel up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lower that heel down. Take a moment, stretch the legs. Big breath in. We're gonna go back down there, bending the knees, arms lift up. Right heel lifts, pivot to the side, reach both arms forward, and just take a little lunge here in parallel, knee under the hip. Coming back to center, lower that heel, other side, lifting up. Rotate, bringing that knee under the hip, coming back to center, and lower. My feet tend to shift out a little bit, so adjust as you need. Rotate, back to center, and lower. Stay low as you move through this lunge series. Back to center, and down. We're gonna take it over to the first side, holding here, pulsing it down. 2, keep the low belly lifted. 5, 6, almost there. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, heel lowers down, other heel lifts. Rotate to your lunge, holding here, we'll pulse it down. 16 pulses, keep the abdominals. 5, 6, almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, lower down, and we'll finally stretch those legs. Let's take a moment, roll the shoulders up and back. One more time, rolling up and back. Walk the feet back in together, and we'll just come to parallel, feeling nice and tall. All right, everyone, so come down onto your mat. We're gonna start on all fours. So placing the hands under the shoulders and placing the knees underneath the hips, let's start to find a nice lengthened spine. We're just gonna warm it up a little bit here. So take a nice big breath into the back, and as you exhale, round out through the spine. Inhale, passing through center. And as you exhale, let's go into extension, reaching the pelvis back, opening the chest. Again, through center. And lifting the low belly, round out through the lower spine. Inhale through the middle. And really finding that breath. Exhale, opening up through the front. Let's cycle through 2 more times. Last one. Low belly lifts through the center and extending, opening up. Coming back to the center, imagine those sit bones are plugged into a socket behind you. We're going to open one arm up, rotate the chest towards it, and as you exhale, thread that arm underneath, finding a nice twist. Taking that again, inhale, opening up, and twisting under. Just 2 more on this side, opening the chest and reaching through, shoulder towards the floor. Last time. Place that hand back down under the shoulder, other arm opens up and rotate. Try to really find that breath. Inhale. And then big exhale to wring out the center. Deepen that twist just a little more. 2 more. Last one, opening up and bringing it through. Come back to center, placing the hand down. So from here, I'm gonna move forward just a tad so I have room. We're going to extend the right leg back to the ball of the foot. And then the left leg goes back to join it, finding a plank here. A little bit of a tuck in the pelvis. Option if you need to go down to the knees and just stay strong there. If you can, take an inhale, one leg lifts up and place the foot back down. Other leg lifts and lowers. So we're not moving the pelvis. Keep just a slight tuck in the pelvis so that we're not dropping the hips and we're not lifting them up to the ceiling. We're trying to maintain nice straight line out through the heels and out through the crown of the head. Let's go 4 more, using the breath. Last 2. Belly up, last 1. Now keep going with that or. Lift the leg up, open out, light tap to the side, lifting up, place the foot down. Other side. And that nice breath is going to help you stay strong. Lift and lower. Eight more. Open, tap. Lift to lower. 7. We're halfway through that last set of 8. Last 4 right here. 3. Stay strong. Last 2. Lift to place. Last 1. And lower the knees. Untuck your toes. Let's sit back and take a stretch. Whew, we did it. Reaching the arms forward, dropping the shoulders out of the ears. One more breath. to all fours. Now, if you need a moment to roll out the wrists, go ahead and take that. Also an option for all of this to roll up your mat and place the heels of the hands on top if that feels better in your wrists as well. Because we'll be here for just a little while longer getting in some glute work. Let's bring the right leg up to a tabletop or 90-90 position. Flex that foot. Now we're keeping the pelvis really square to the ground. We're not rotating the hips. And from here, we're just going to stomp that foot up and lower. And that's it for now. Lift and lower. So we're trying to keep even weight in both hands. Shoulders and hips stay square to the mat. So it's a pretty small movement. If we make it too big, then we get out of the glute and more into a pelvic movement. And lower. Let's go for 8. Stomping right up. Get that nice squeeze in the glute hamstring. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. Finding that 90 degrees, extend the leg, point your foot, and then rotate your leg to turn out. Heel faces across the midline. Touching the toe down, squeeze it up nice and straight. Tap and squeeze. Again, watching the movement through the pelvis and the torso. There shouldn't be any. And squeeze. Keep that going for 8. 7. 4 more. Try to reach the leg longer as you lift. 3. Out through the toes. Last 2. And we'll hold that leg up on this next one. Stay right here, pulsing it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep going. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that leg all the way in. We're going right to the second side. So bring that other leg up, left leg to 90-90, flex the foot. Belly is in, low abdominals are lifted. Heel lifts up and lower. Small lift. We're just trying to find that little squeeze through the glute and lower. Really, so much of finding and isolating those muscles is about the alignment through the rest of the body. So don't take your focus out of that. And lower. Let's go 8 more. 7. Heel lift straight up. And 5. Almost there. 4. Last 2. Last 1. Extend the leg, point your foot, rotate to turn out. We tap down with the straight leg, lifting up. Tap and squeeze. So watching the bottom leg, the bottom hip, you're not sitting out into that hip. You're trying to stay nice and equal. Across the hands and lift. Last 4, 3, 2, and squeeze. One more time, holding it up to the top. We pulse it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost there. Let's take 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. We'll take a stretch. Sitting the hips back to the heels. Reach your arms even further forward. And then just to get into the glute, let's walk the hands over to the left. Sit nice and heavy into your right hip. And easy, walk the hands to the other side. Sitting into the left hip. Really reach through that left side of the body, all the way into the glute. We'll come back to center, and let's roll ourselves up to seated. All right, come to the front edge of your mat. Let's come onto our bottoms. And we'll just place the feet near the front, knees are bent. Take a moment, hold the backs of your thighs, and use your hands to lift up out of your pelvis really high. Nice long spine. From here, reach the arms forward, maintain the length of the spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, small curl back. Low belly sinks in. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, curling back a little further. So this is not coming from the shoulders. It's really low abdominals, collarbones stay wide. Keep the collarbones open, curling back. tailbone under. One more time, coming up to sit tall. We'll take it back and we'll hold it here. Maintain that scoop of the belly. That's the most important part. Either just hold and breathe, or inhale, open the arms out to the sides, and exhale, reach forward. So it challenges the abdominals. Inhale, open. Exhale, the belly button scoops deeper into the spine. 4 more. Belly button pulls in as you exhale. 2 more. Last 1. Bring the arms forward. We're holding here. The chest rotates to the right. Exhale, center. Rotate left. And center. The hips do not shift. The knees do not shift. Just the chest. And center. 4 more. That exhale is really important. Scooping the belly. Last 2. Last 1. And center. Slowly roll all the way down. And take a moment. Just reach the arms overhead. Extend the legs long to the front. Let's take a stretch. Inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears. Reach the fingers back. And slide the shoulders down. Again, reaching up and anchoring the shoulders back down. 2 more. Last 1, reaching up and lowering down. Let's press the arms down by the sides. And we're going to bring our legs to a tabletop position. So we should have knees over hips, completely parallel, shins to the floor. And then I want you to feel like you have 3 magnets between the ankles, knees, tops of the thighs. Those magnets stay closed together. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and chest, reaching the fingertips forward, scooping the belly. Inhale, lower down. Your exhale takes that belly down, and that allows you to curl forward. Four more. It's a long exhale. Really let all of that air go out of the lungs. Last 3. One more. And we come up to hold it here. If you need, you can always support the head with the hands or even lower the head down if the neck is not feeling great here. Take your right knee into your chest, extend the left leg out long, and we'll switch the legs. Exhale, switch, and switch. Don't be afraid to hold that top leg and pull yourself up a little bit higher. Keep going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Use that exhale. Last 2, last 1. Knees in, lower the head. Take the knees, circle them around to the right, just massaging that sacrum into the mat. Should feel good. And knees around to the left. For this next one, you have the option to keep the feet down, flat on the floor. That's our most elementary option. A little bit more challenging will be the legs up, and then I'll give yet another variation as we go. So let's reach the arms up to the ceiling, flip the palms, press your arms down to the ground. Watch that the shoulders are not tense. If you feel that, lower the arms down a little bit more towards a V. So we'll take both knees, keep them glued together as you rotate to the right, and exhale, abdominals pull you back to center. So this is not a stretching twist where you let the legs go all the way. It's an abdominal exercise. So you inhale the knees over, exhale, belly pulls your legs back to center. The opposite shoulder should stay really planted into the ground. Keep that going to the right and to the left. Now you can stick with this version or choosing to add on and inhale the legs over, exhale, straightening the legs out. Inhale, straight legs come up to center, bend the knees back to that tabletop. Other side. bend. One more time each side, feeling those obliques really working to bring the legs center. And bend, last one to the left. And bending in. Take a moment, pull the knees into the chest. Just give them a little hug. All right, placing the feet down onto the mat, let's start with the feet sit bone distance apart. So we have a slight separation. The feet are flat and parallel. Again, let's reach the arms up, palms face away, finding that T or V with the arms. We're starting in what we call a neutral pelvis, so you should have a little bit of space underneath the lower spine to begin. Taking a breath in. Exhale, start to curl the tailbone under. So we're coming into kind of like a little tuck. And then from here, we're going to continue peeling the hips all the way up to our press. Now you should have a straight line, shoulders out through the knees. Rolling yourself back down, slowly one bone at a time through the mid-back, and continuing to release the pelvis down. So it's a slow progression up and down. And take another breath to get to the top, keeping a slight tuck in the pelvis, softening through the ribs, and rolling down. Take your time again. Rolling up. One bone at a time. Let's take two more. Starting with that tailbone, that leads the way, and that stays at your highest point, even at the top. Rolling it back down, feeling that movement through the vertebrae. Lengthening the tailbone all the way out. Coming up to the top, we're going to hold it there. Curling under, coming up to the top, and let's stay lifted. Again, connecting the ribs through the front. Watch that you're not pressing up too high there. Lifting both heels up and lower down. Again, heels lift and lower. So even as the heels lower down, your hips stay nice and high. Knees are reaching forward to the front edge of your mat. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep curling that tailbone under. 4. Almost there. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Lowering the heels. Let's roll it back down. One bone at a time, taking your time through the middle of the waist and reaching the pelvis all the way down. Now for this next variation, let's bring the feet and the knees all the way together so we are zipped up through those magnets. If this causes any compression in the low back when you get to the top, feel free to separate the legs back out. It might feel better on your back if you're experiencing any discomfort. So we're taking that again, peeling it up one bone at a time, coming all the way up to the top. You'll notice that challenge here and rolling it down. I know that I do. Through the middle of the back, reaching the tailbone out, taking that 2 more times here, rolling up. And down, sternum pulls away from the chin, back of the waist hits the mat, tailbone lengthens to the bottom. We have 1 more. We're gonna hold it up at the top. Peeling up, stay right here. Your knees are together. Keep that as you extend one leg out and place the foot back down. Don't drop the other hip as you extend and place. Extending out, place it down, really pressing strong through that bottom foot and lower. 4 more. Last 2 and lower. Last 1 and 1 more. Extending the leg out, reach the leg up to vertical, pulse the hips up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's it. Lower knee to knee, place that foot down. Other leg extends. This is our last little push. Leg comes up to vertical, pulse the hips up, nice and evenly. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lowering down, place the foot on the ground, roll it back down. Nice and slow through the spine, middle of the waist, tailbone lengthens. Let's take a little stretch after that one. So extend the legs out in front, right leg comes in towards the chest, hold behind the thigh, and we'll flex both feet. From here, extend that heel up towards the ceiling and bend it in. If the leg doesn't get all the way straight, that's completely fine. We're not forcing the stretch, we're just encouraging the length of the leg as we reach the heel up. And bend, let's go one more time. Reaching it up and bend. Extend that leg back down to the ground. Other leg comes in, knee to the chest, flexing both feet. And we'll reach that heel up and bend it in. And again, extending up and bend. Let's go 2 more times. Try to stay heavy through the back of that left hip and bend. Last time, reaching up and bending in. Let's place that foot down onto the ground. Bring the right leg into bend as well. We're going to take this into some more abdominal work. So let's bring both legs back up to that tabletop position. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, curling up. Now from here, pull the knees into the chest. Curl up a little bit higher. Keep the eyes looking to the belly. Don't lower the head as you extend the legs forward, arms back. Keep it going. Belly button pulls in. The legs don't go too low. Your low back stays flat. One more time. And pull it in. Right leg to the ceiling, left leg hovers. Pull yourself up a little higher, and we'll switch the legs. Big exhale. Keep switching and switch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, holding it here. Reach the arms outside of that left leg, pulsing it side, 2, and switching sides, little pulses with your exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and switch. One more time, switching legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're almost there. Stay here, bend that top leg, hands behind the head, and we switch. Keep the elbows wide. Keep awareness of the midline between the legs, and switch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull the knees in, lower the head down. We did it. Rolling the legs around to the right, nice circle. Releasing the sacrum, and we'll take those legs around to the other side. All right, let's come on to our bellies. So go ahead and flip yourself around, and we're gonna allow ourselves now to stretch out our abdominals a little bit while working the back line of the body. So the legs are all the way together. Again, if there's any compression in the low back, feel free to separate just about hip distance apart. The arms are in a W, forehead on the ground. Lift the low abdominals up and away from the floor, or imagine that you could. So we're going to roll it out, coming up just to a baby swan. So the sternum comes forward, the eyes are lifted, and then we're going to lengthen the spine to lower, all the way down. The belly button is still lifted. We're really active. Lengthening out through the neck, coming up. Inhale to lift a little higher, and lower all the way down. Let's take that a couple more times. Feel free to come up a little bit higher if it feels okay in the low back. Should never be in pain or feel any pinching. Inhale, lift. and lower. If you do feel any pinching, keep it low, separate the legs, and really watch those low abdominals. Be really aware of that in your body. Coming all the way up if you can, lifting a little higher and lowering down. Now, take your hands, hover them off of the floor. We're going to lift the upper chest up off of the mat, just slightly, coming to our little baby swan. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, pull the elbows into the sides. Again, reaching up, and elbows in. Now, as the elbows come in, maybe lift the chest a little higher, extending out. 4 more. Last one, little higher. Inhale, lifting up, and lower all the way down. Let's sit back and take a stretch, hips to heels, and just lengthening out the spine. One more breath. Rolling yourself up to seated. All right, let's come into some side plank work. So coming to the middle of your mat, we're gonna start, I have my right leg over, you might be seeing it in the opposite way, which is fine. Top leg is bent over, bottom leg is bent under, and we have an easy hand on the floor. Before you go into this, take a moment, drop that shoulder out of the ear so we're really long through the neck, and we'll take a breath to come up to your side plank. Holding here, you have the option to bring that bottom leg down if you'd like, or even come onto the forearm of that bottom arm. So either choose to hold that plank where you are, or we're gonna move the hips. So we'll inhale, lift the hips up to the ceiling, arm overhead, coming back to center, and then lower the hips, not all the way, just a bit. Come back to center. Inhale, hips lift up, and center. Lower the hips, and center. That breath again, it's gonna be your life support here, it's gonna help. And center. 3 more. Last 2. 1 more time. Lower and lift. Bend the legs, lower the hips down. Take a moment, that bottom arm, just roll the wrist out, roll the shoulder out a little bit, and we'll flip the legs right around to the other side, placing that top foot over, bottom leg bent, bottom arm is down, shoulder out of the ear. Here we go, pressing it up. Take any modification that you took on the first side, holding that plank and breathing, or hips lift up, and center, lower. Now as you lower, watch that bottom shoulder. Doesn't creep up into the ear. Lift and center. Almost there, 3 more sets. Last 2. 1 more. Lift the hips nice and high. Center, lower, and center. Bend the knees, come on down. Take that bottom hand and just roll it out. Roll out the shoulder. Do what you need there. Let's go ahead and come back onto, our back again. And take a moment, pull the knees into the chest. Just take a little rock side to side. We have 1 more abdominal push here. So the legs extend up to the ceiling, take the hands behind the head, elbows are wide, breath into the back. Exhale, curl the head, neck, and chest. Flex the feet, lower the legs, point the feet, lift up. Now you're gonna turn out, bend the knees to the diamond, lower the diamond down, and lift back up. So we alternate. Long legs, flex and lower, point and lift, turn it out, diamond, lower. With every exhale, see if you can curl those shoulder blades up even higher. Rotate and lower. 3 more sets. One more. And lift, knees into the chest, lower the head. One more time to just circle the knees around to either side. Rock and roll yourself up to seated. Take yourself around again, coming to all fours. We have a nice little arm push here to finish up before we stretch. So let's extend the right leg out to the ball of the foot, left leg out to meet it. Now, you can always take knees down to the ground for these push-ups. We have several sets, starting with 8 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Long through the spine. Last 2, last 1. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, sit back, hips to heels. That was set 1. Coming into set 2. Taking yourself forward, reaching the right leg back and the left leg to meet it. 6 push-ups. 1, 3, 4, 5. Last 1. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, sit back, take a moment. This is our final countdown. Coming forward again, reaching the right leg back and the left. Little tuck in the pelvis, long through the spine. 4 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lower the knees, untuck the toes, sitting back. We have one final set of 2, that's it. So bringing yourself forward last time, right leg back, left leg back, 2 push-ups. 1 and 2. Knees lower down, untuck the toes, and sit back. One more breath. Go ahead and roll yourself up through your spine. Let's come onto our backs again to just stretch it out a little bit. All that work we've done, we're gonna just re-lengthen everything out. So let's extend the left leg down to the floor. Right knee comes into the chest, give it a hug. A nice easy twist. This time our twist does go all the way as far as you can. The opposite arm will reach out. And let's turn our head to look at that hand. Try to find softness in that position. If you've noticed that you're holding on to any tension, see if you can release it with the exhale. One more breath. And bringing that leg back to center. We'll lengthen all the way down to the ground. Left knee comes in, give it a hug. And crossing over your midline, open that left arm out, looking towards it. You might notice one side is looser or tighter than the other. And that's okay. Try to just release into both. Keep breathing. 2 more. Last one. And back to center. And then let's extend that leg down. Right knee comes back into the chest. This is like a reverse pigeon pose. So your right knee is going to come to your midline, right opposite your sternum. Take that right hand, just hold on wherever you need just to stabilize. And then your left hand, you're gonna reach for your right heel and just gently pull that heel up towards your left shoulder. That's gonna get a nice stretch through the back of that right glute. A nicer one for your knee sometimes, just so that we're not pushing into gravity. We're just letting ourselves open up through the hip, working with what we have. Couple more breaths. Again, that exhale, try to release into it. Really important to keep the right knee right opposite the middle of the body. And gently release, extending that leg down. Left knee comes into the chest. Same thing on this side. First, line that left knee up with your center. Grab a hold of your heel and just gently pull that the left heel up to the right shoulder. Try to keep sending energy down through the back of the left hip into the floor. Couple more breaths. This is a great one for releasing those turnout muscles. If you're in a lot of ballet classes, they get a little bit tight. Go ahead and come back to center. And let's just rock and roll up to seated. Coming to face the front. Taking a diamond with the legs, arms open to either side. Let's lift that left arm up and just side bend over, keeping the opposite sit bone really heavy. Rotate the chest facing the thigh. Coming back to side bend and lifting up to open other side. Reaching taller before you bend over. Keep that opposite sit bone heavy as you rotate the chest. Coming back to side bend, and we'll lift up and come to center. Thanks so much for joining me today, everyone. I hope you got a good workout. I'll see you next time.